Welcome to NUW's King of the Yard 2, Round 1, Day 1, and you're gonna be hit with some of the most amazing matches you will ever see, goddammit. Starting off, you will see PJC from BWE Connecticut going one-on-one with DBW's Zack Webb. After that, you will get GBYWN's WrestleFrat Champion going one-on-one with the boss of the sauce from NUW. And after that, you have UWF's Scorpion the Assassin one-on-one with NUW Champion Shadowgrim. And then you have Owen Devine from UWF going one-on-one with JJ the Pitbull Cordero from NUW. Clarke Williams from UWF will go one-on-one with the WCF champion Damien Fatale. And this is one you do not want to miss, as the superior prodigy Johnny Reid from NUW goes one-on-one with the Prophet of Purgatory, DBW's Mr. Judgment. Brandon the Bullet Castelli from NLBW will take on Zacc Kobalt from BWE Connecticut. And this one that's been building up since the qualifying show, DBW's Adam Anderson one-on-one with NUW Continental Champion, the Darkside. And after all that's been going down, said, back and forth, this one's gonna be brutal. So let's take you there right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is the Backyard Wrestling Nightmare.
And Adam Anderson with a huge victory over Charles Stone to get to round 1, to get his opportunity to place his hands on the dark side. A man who has called him a pervert, who has duct taped him in the past.
Anderson!
But Adam Anderson has come to NUW, has come to become the King of the Yard, as you see him mocking the classic pose of the dark side. Adam Anderson has shown absolutely no fear. He may not be the biggest dog in the fight, but he is one of those bastards that you just cannot keep down. He is like a cockroach. You squish him, and he'll come right back.
And introducing next, coming from the mother effing streets,
But the dark side, after last year, not even being invited to the King of the Yard tournament and having to show up and save the show from the Von McDonald, the dark side has vowed to become the King of the Yard. The second ever King of the Yard. He knows how much Novon McDonald would hate to see the dark side as the king of the yard. And we will see here today the audience in attendance will witness this one-on-one contest after all this time, all the back and forth. Who will come out on top? Who will advance to the second round?
Ain't that nice?
There is a very serious vibe in the air right here now.
No, you're ready.
But the bell has been rung, and we are about to get it on.
This is my dominion now.
Adam Anderson again saying this ring belongs to him.
Look at him! Looking like a blade of grass, goddammit.
The dark side will not be intimidated by words, ducking the clothesline, and it could be over right here. But Adam Anderson reversing it, looking for the comatose, dark side ducking, flipping him over. And a kick to the chest, but Adam Anderson catches the kick to the chest. Adam Anderson's got him tripped up, and now he's looking to put in that ankle lock. Perhaps make the dark side submit within a minute into this matchup. He is writhing in pain. I never thought I'd ever see the dark side give up this quickly into the match, but he's able to get his hand on that bottom rope. Adam Anderson forced to break it. He may not be happy about it. And Goldface laying down the law.
Goldface laying it down.
The best referee in all of BYW. Now Adam Anderson kicking the dark side right in the gut. Dark side out at ringside. Adam Anderson looking for something. Oh my God! Adam Anderson just landed on the back of his goddamn neck. He might be dead. Look at this again. Adam Anderson landed on the back of his head. It looked like he caught the dark side with that kick right to the face. But Adam Anderson certainly getting the worst of that exchange. The dark side out here flopping around. He's dazed. He's confused. Adam Anderson might not know where he is. He's a king of the yard, goddammit. And he's taking kicks to the chest from the dark side. And now the dark side hitting that big heel kick right to the face. Adam Anderson might regret showing up at King of the Yard too. Dark side is picking him apart. He's looking for that reverse suplex inside the ring, but that's snapping. Looking like he was going for a cutter. Adam Anderson, beautiful reversal. He had to do something to get the momentum back in his favor. And now he's running off the apron and a big stomping boot right to the face, taking out the dark side right in front of all these fans. Adam Anderson, he needs to utilize the environment. Oh, but the dark side tripping him up. Adam Anderson can't be taking his time like that. He's got to stay on the dark side, and the dark side throwing him right into the pole.
Sorry, ref. It's okay.
I'm not sure. Dark side has a chair. He told the ref it's okay to trust him. Not sure how much you can trust the dark side. Now the dark side's got Adam Anderson seated in that chair. He breaks the count. And now, Adam Anderson in a seated position in that chair. Dark side out to the crowd, and the cannonball. Taking out Adam Anderson. The dark side with a cannonball to the steel chair. And these people are fired up. Let's see this again. His cannonball taking Adam Anderson. And now we're back in the ring. Darkside got Anderson up in a fireman's carry, and now back down over the knee. Darkside off the rope, and a kick right to the chin. right to his chinny chin chin. And we know what the Darkside can be going for here. He's up top. And a beautiful picture perfect King of the Yard quality flying squirrel to the chest of Adam Anderson. But only a 2 count. Adam Anderson, he is a scumbag. He has been arrested numerous times for perverted acts, but he is as tough as they come. Now Adam Anderson retreating to the corner. Darkside on the attack. And that drop kick right to the chest. He might cave his chest in. That impact. And now a big clothesline right across the neck. And a second clubbing blow. Knocking down Adam Anderson. And now back off the rope. But Adam Anderson able to counter and hit a clothesline to the throat of his own. Adam Anderson is crafty. He's been doing it for numerous years. You cannot count Adam Anderson out ever. Laying those stomps down at the Darkside. Trying to pick him up to his feet. Darkside, it's not often Darkside has got the weight advantage, but Adam Anderson using his speed to his advantage. Multiple knees right to the gut. And a third knee taken at the Darkside. The Darkside is down in the corner. And Adam Anderson with that inverted senton. And the Darkside able to kick out. That inverted senton, one of the most impactful, devastating maneuvers Johnny's ever witnessed. It'll drive the air, the wind, right out of your sternum. And now looking for the comatose. He hits it. Adam Anderson, that is it. That is it. The Darkside is asleep. He is comatose. Adam Anderson with the win. But the Darkside with the wherewithal to grab that bottom rope. And I don't know that I've ever seen the Darkside grab a rope. And he smacks the ear, the head of Adam Anderson. This has been back and forth. Both these men know what's on the line. They both know what they're fighting for. They are fighting to advance into the King of the Yard round 2. And now, off the second rope. Disaster kick by the Darkside. Taking out Adam Anderson. Anderson's wobbling. Going for a clothesline. Darkside ducks and hits the side effect. Adam Anderson, he will not be denied.
Got the shoulder up.
He really believes in his heart that he will make it to round 2. He believes that he will become the next King of the Yard. But the Darkside looking to put him away with the twisted mind. Adam Anderson fighting him off. Wiggling his way out of it. Going for a kick, but the Darkside catches it. And kicks him right in the knee. And now he's picking him up. Forearm strike to the head. He's got him up in the electric chair. One-winged devil dropping him down on his head. And somehow the perseverance by the backyard wrestling nightmare, Adam Anderson. He is able to get his shoulders up. He is able to continue this matchup, continue the fight. And now the Darkside calling for the finish. He wants to end this right here and now. He goes for a clothesline. Anderson ducks. Anderson got him locked up. Looking for the comatose. Darkside reverses with a kick to the gut. And now, dropping him right on the top of his head. Twisted mind. And we have never seen anybody in the history of NUW kicking out of the Twisted Mind. When the Darkside hits that move, it is academic. And the results are the same today. The Darkside, after one hell of a matchup, will be moving on to round 2 of the King of the Yard tournament after this beautiful counter and Twisted Mind. Adam Anderson put up a fight. He came to do battle. He came but it will be Darkside walking away victorious in this one. Oh God, look at his eye. Not sure where he got caught, but the Darkside is showing the effects of this one. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a brutal matchup. But up next, we have a special one for you, as PJC debuts at the Slaughterhouse to take on DBW's Zack Webb.
PJC and I got the muscle!
Yeah!
Making his way to the ring
From BWE in Newington, Connecticut, one of the guys coming into this tournament, fresh, brand new to NUW, who's got some of the most hype, some of the most prestige behind his name,
Yeah!
and clearly the most love from these fans. This is PJC.
The muscle!
That's right!
He has the muscle, he has the magic, his vibe, his enthusiasm is contagious. And also, you can't disregard the fact that he has Mickey Mouse sitting in his corner.
and his opponent. From Scranton, Pennsylvania, this is Zack Webb!
Zack Webb, coming a long way. He has his roots in LCW, and he graduated to the ring when he debuted with DBW, and he's been one of their fastest rising stars. The future is bright for Zack Webb. He might be wearing the wrong hat here in New York, but we'll give him a pass. This is going to be one unique, interesting matchup. What to expect? We've seen a little bit of Zack Webb in DBW, as I just said. But as far as PJC goes, BWE, they haven't been functioning now for a couple years. So we'll see what PJC has in the tank. But oh, he just threw Mickey Mouse out to the crowd. He's not going to win any fans by doing that, but the bell has rung, and they are locking up. Zack Webb pushing down PJC right on the back of his head.
One more time, I got it!
We'll see if PJC can use some of that muscle. They lock up, but the result is exactly the same. PJC thrown down by Zack Webb. And now PJC trying to show some fight, trying to switch up the game plan. The clotheslines, they didn't do it, but the crossbody, the unorthodox crossbody by PJC. One of his patented maneuvers.
We're going!
He took Zack Webb off his feet. Webb might not have been expecting that.
What are you doing?
Obviously, clearly he is the bigger man. And now PJC out on the ring apron, and now he goes for that running Philton. And in all my years, I don't think I've ever seen PJC hit it once. He goes for it in every single matchup he's in. And he's been wrestling for years. But God bless him, he still is looking for it every time. And now Webb coming right down on his heart. But not enough, PJC. It might be flattened, but he certainly has a big heart. The resiliency, he's gonna keep fighting to the end. He knows what's on the line here. Now deep into the corner, and a big forearm right to the face, the jawline, by Zack Webb, who follows it with another one. And now Webb looking to gain control here. He's got the momentum in his favor, and a big drop kick right to the nipple. Good
I
God.
broke it. Come on, ref, check my nipple.
PJC, perhaps showing the ring rust. He's been out of action for a while. Zack Webb's been doing it. He's been wrestling up a storm this past year, but now he's looking for the Taco Buster. Zacc Webb able to sweep the leg and then hit a big senton. Huge senton. Zacc Webb showing some frustration, wondering what he's got to do to put PJC away and move on to the second round of the King of the Yard tournament. PJC in pain. Webb working on the extremities, snapping that arm. This man Zacc Webb is a technician. He knows how to fight. He knows how to lock in some holds, snap some arms, and now he's going back looking for the discus clothesline. But now PJC hits a clothesline of his own. And now he's got him up into the fireman's carry. And he hits the JC. Huge move by PJC. Dropping him right on his back. And now looking for the gimmick drop.
What is he watching? What are you watching?
And he hits it. He hits it. A move he's finished so many competitors in the past with. But not today. Zacc Webb will not go down on the long list of competitors that fell victim to the gimmick drop. PJC in disbelief, talking it over with Goldface. And now a big splash in the corner. But Webb follows it up with a discus forearm right to the face. And now Webb picking him up. Looking for it. But PJC with the reversal and the Taco Buster. Taco Buster. PJC advancing to round 2.
All right.
It was a huge win by PJC.
The muscle.
A magnificent comeback. Can he continue it into round 2? With a move like this, dropping a significantly bigger man in Zacc Webb. A fierce competitor in Zacc Webb. PJC with a huge momentum boost. And PJC will be advancing to round 2 to take on the Darkside. But up next, we have Brandon the Bullet Castelli from NLBW taking on Zacc Kobol from BWE.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, coming from Farmington, Connecticut.
And this is a competitor, ladies and gentlemen, that took part in the very first inaugural King of the Yard tournament. And he comes from BWE in Newington, Connecticut. He is a veteran. He has been doing it for numerous years. He came here last year in the first round and was matched up against the eventual winner in Cameron Jackson. And these two put on one of the greatest matches of the entire first round. But now here today, he is going up against Brandon the Bullet Castelli, who's spitting water all over the entire crowd. It's been raining, pouring all damn day. And now this bastard has to spit water onto all of the remaining dry areas where everybody's huddled under. And everyone right now wants to see Brandon Castelli's head on a goddamn goddamn steak. The crowd looking to Cobalt to be their savior. Brandon the Bullet Castelli. He was not in the first King of the Yard tournament. He said that he should have been. That he was mad. He was pissed off to not get an invite. He felt he should have been in it. Plenty of fans would agree. Plenty would disagree. But here he is today. He's got his opportunity, and we'll see what he does with it. We're starting it off, and Cobalt with the trip up. Now Cobalt's got in that headlock. Castelli trying to fight him off. Throwing him into the rope, but a shoulder tackle by Zacc Cobalt. Cobalt looked like he was one step ahead of him, rolling him up. Beautiful counter by Zacc Cobalt. And now Castelli with a counter of his own, sidestepping Cobalt, and now hitting the body splash right in the corner. And then a big knee, a huge knee, right to the jaw. Brandon Castelli knocking Zacc Cobalt silly. Cobalt trying to regroup on the outside of the ring. And then he does, snapping Castelli's neck. And now Cobalt with punches, strikes to the outside. Castelli's draped over that top rope, and a giant scissor kick right to the back of the head. God almighty. A vicious scissor kick with Castelli draped over that rope. And Cobalt is staying on the attack. He is laying the whooping with the knife edge chops. Oh, but he chops the pole. Castelli ducks the chop. And now Castelli throwing him back in the ring. He's got him inside the ring. And stomping on the hand. He's got him locked in. He's twisted that elbow, that shoulder. And now Castelli got him locked in. Got him in a half crossface. Castelli, as vicious of a striker as he is, he's a master at the submissions, the technical aspect of wrestling. He will snap a man in two. He's big enough to do it, goddammit. He's got a vicious side. And he looks to be wearing out Zacc Cobalt. But just as I say that, Cobalt able to muster the strength to roll him up. But Castelli still with the clear advantage. Castelli is one of the biggest men in this entire tournament. He has power, and he is looking to break the neck. But Zacc Cobalt able to make it to that bottom rope. And now, Goldface forced to break the count, break the hold. Brandon Castelli playing it a little bit close there with Goldface. Goldface don't play around. And now again in the corner, using the rope to his advantage. And Brandon Castelli gotta watch out now, because Goldface will disqualify him. He ain't gonna mess around. He doesn't take nothing from nobody. And now again, going back, I don't know what kind of strategy. You know, Brandon Castelli, sure he's doing a lot of damage right now to Zacc Cobalt. But he's walking a fine line. And I'm not talking about Johnny Johnson's type of fine lines. I'm talking about the type where if you take one wrong step, just like he just did, you bound to drop. But blocking that knife edge chop, Brandon Castelli, stopping the momentum, the comeback of Zacc Cobalt, face washing him, and now just throwing him face first into the ground. God almighty, the strength, the power from Brandon Castelli, the bullet from NLBW. He's traveled around plenty of places since. He's made homes in pretty much any federation you can think of in the East Coast. But Zacc Cobalt, he's been there. He's done that. He's been doing it for years. And now the technique, the skill involved to take out Brandon Castelli with that drop kick. But Brandon Castelli, still with the power, still with the strength, the fight left. He's clutching at his chest. And Kobol off the rope. And hesitating, he saw that Castelli was about to hit him with a knee. So he stopped. But Castelli, still, even with the power, the quickness, the fucked up chest, he is able to do some things inside that ring that a normal big man should not be physically able to do. And he almost put Zacc Cobalt away with that neck breaker. Oh my God! The Castelli curse! And Zacc Cobalt, after a Castelli's curse, getting his hand on the rope. God almighty. I thought that was it. The Castelli's curse should have put him away as we see it again. Face first, one of the most vicious Castelli's curses I've ever seen. And now Castelli staying on the attack. He's got Cobalt up. Cobalt trying to fight back with some elbows. And a lariat to the back of the head. And a curb stomp. Zacc Cobalt with the curb stomp to the face, to the back of the head. And a big double stomp to the back. But Brandon, the Bullet Castelli, one of the toughest men in all of BYW in this entire tournament. But he is not looking good right now. He's still alive. But Kobol up top with that springboard elbow drop right to the chest. That already fucked up chest. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. He can survive no longer. Zacc Cobalt. Zacc Cobalt will be moving on to round 2. One hell of a match. Brandon Castelli did all he could. He beat down, he wore away at Kobol, but with this move. And now Cobalt will be moving on. We will see who we will face.
Around here.
Kobol with huge momentum going into round 2. Great match. But up next, we have a big one for you. It will be UWF's Owen Devine taking on none other than NUW mainstay JJ the Pitbull Cordero.
This match is scheduled.
And the rain right now is pouring. There's no old man snoring though, because we are thick in the middle of the King of the Yard tournament, and we have somebody coming out who is looking to make his mark, take a bite, so to speak, out of this tournament. And he is being accompanied by somebody that we've never seen here before, but he goes by the name Hado. And you gotta watch out, he's got a menacing presence to him. JJ the Pitbull Cordero, who did not take part in the first King of the Yard tournament. Everybody thought he should have had a spot. But as you can see, these spots in this tournament, they're like gold, they're very valuable, and they're not just given away to anybody, you gotta earn them. And speaking of earning it, Johnny's heard rumors that Owen Devine earned this one the old-fashioned hard way. I was not given any more details into that, nor do I want to know. But we heard Neville McDowell had a big smile on his face after a meeting with this man, the King of the Yard. Owen Devine had a hell of a match the first year. He just took part in Fight for Freedom. He's trying to avenge that loss. But he's got a tall task ahead of him, figuratively speaking. JJ the Pitbull Cordero, one of the finest competitors that we have in NUW. Say what you will about him personally. He's one of the most accomplished men inside that ring. And in Johnny's opinion, he hasn't gotten his proper recognition from the community. And I think that weighs on him pretty heavily coming into this tournament. He knows he needs to make a mark, and he knows how to do it. And step one is getting through his opponent here tonight, but it's gonna be no easy task. You gotta watch that with Devine. He is smart, he is calculated, but he is also a little bit dirty. And now he's got JJ in the corner with the boot right to his throat. He comes from the school of hard knocks, where he graduated valedictorian. He knows pretty much every word in the book. And just in case he doesn't, he carries the book around with him. And he knows how to use every single part of that ring to do damage to his opponent. But JJ, the Pitbull Cordero, fighting back. Throwing him off the rope and hitting a big clothesline right to the chest. JJ, the Pitbull Cordero. You can beat him down, you can beat the dog, you can kick him, but he's gonna do a backflip right on your chest, goddammit. And almost. It was that close. But Owen Devine is gonna take a lot more. And now JJ looking for a suplex, but Devine hooking the leg. And now Devine using his weight and shifting it into a suplex of his own, dropping the Pitbull JJ Cordero right down on his back, knocking all the air out of him. And now Devine going to work on the back of the leg, the hamstring, working at it with the knees. And he knows if he can incapacitate JJ Cordero, take him out by the leg, what else does he really have left? And Cordero knows that himself. And now he's got him up. And he throws him back with a fall-away slam. Beautiful. The power from JJ the Pitbull Cordero. That is why they call him the Pitbull, ladies and gentlemen. His low center of balance, his strength, his heart, his fight. They all come together in the perfect package, and now the X handle smashing down on the face of Devine. Cordero going up to that middle rope, looking for a huge leg drop coming down right on the face of Devine. Right down on his face, on his head, ladies and gentlemen. And Devine is twitching as we take you back first to the fall-away slam, and then to that huge leg drop, right to the sternum, right to the face. It caught everything. And Cordero might have been dazed, landed on the back of his head. Devine able to capitalize, and it's that huge Uranagi side slam. Dropping him, but that's, oh my God. Johnny thought that might have been it. Johnny thought it was over. And now Devine with huge shots, knocking back, possibly knocking out if he wasn't moving. I don't know how he survived those shots. And now another big suplex turning him inside out. Cordero lifeless in the corner. And now a big stomp. Another stomp right to the thigh of JJ Cordero. Still working on the legs, Owen Devine. Dragging him out of the corner. And now looking to put him away. We've seen Devine do this before. We've seen him tap numerous people out throughout his career with this leg lock. Devine with this balance. He's mastered this. Cordero, though, able to crawl right to the bottom rope. Devine looked like he was readjusting the hold to try and sink it in better, but Cordero able to crawl his way, using that. And now, with the kick to the gut and dropping him down with a DDT, Cordero is fighting back. But Devine's still able to get his shoulder up. And Cordero, thinking now, what does he have to do to put Devine away? He's climbing up to the top. But Devine right back after him and throwing him off. Good Lord, throwing him halfway across the ring. What a battle between these two men. Devine now up to his feet first. Cordero up in the corner, using the ropes to assist him. Devine with the strike. Cordero might have caught him as well. And now Cordero with the headbutt. Knocking him silly. Both these men just swinging wildly at each other. Anything to try and hurt the other man. But often they're hurting themselves as well. And now Cordero looking, perhaps, for a modified lockjaw. But Devine able to fight out of it with the elbows. Cordero is woozy and an elbow right to the forehead. Owen Devine with an elbow right to the forehead, perfectly placed. And Devine looking like he wants to put it away. Looking like he wants to cement his spot. But now Hato up on the apron. Devine distracted by Hato and caught with a lockjaw. Lockjaw out of nowhere by JJ the Pitbull Cordero. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Off the distraction by Hato. JJ the Pitbull Cordero is moving on to round 2. Owen Devine did everything he could. But in the end, ladies and gentlemen, the results come down to this. A lockjaw by JJ the Pitbull Cordero, dropping Owen Devine, putting him to sleep, and JJ getting the pinfall victory. Huge win. But what? Ladies and gentlemen, Zacc Kobalt is out at ringside, actually in the ring. He has one foot inside the ring. He looks like he's got something to say.
I like what you got. You're fucking ready to go. You won, I won. Let's go right now.
What, you want to round 2 right now?
Right now.
Who wants to see me boxing right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hato attacking Cobalt. Cobalt coming out here saying he wants to start their round 2 matchup. He says, why wait? Why bother? Let's do this right now. And Cordero, apparently, after the assault by Hato, agrees with him. This match is happening. Cobalt moving out of the way. Cordero picking him up with a big spine buster. Huge spine buster by JJ Cordero. And Cobalt might have made a huge mistake coming out here, trying to take advantage of JJ Cordero just having a match. But Cobalt rolling out of the way. But Cordero catching nothing but canvas.
Oh, yo.
And now, huge discus forearm right to the face, to the snout of the Pitbull. And Pitbull is out. Cobalt climbing up to the top rope. He changes his mind. He's got him up. And a huge brain buster right on the head, the dome of the Pitbull JJ Cordero. And now, Zacc Cobalt climbs to the top. He is looking to put away JJ Cordero. And he hits it. He hits the springboard elbow right to the heart. And once again, can he? Yes, he wins with the springboard elbow. Zacc Cobalt, ladies and gentlemen. A huge day. A huge 15 minutes for Zacc Cobalt as he moves on not only from round 1, but he moves on from round 2. Zacc Cobalt going to round 3, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge win. A big victory over JJ the Pitbull Cordero. And what could be on this mind? He looks very lackluster right now. But he will be moving to round 3, the competition. And Kobol, enjoying this one, enjoying this victory. He's got a few weeks to take off before he's back in the ring. And he will enjoy it. And the fans here at King of the Yard 2 embracing Zacc Cobalt. A crazy turn of events in that one. Zacc Cobalt moving on to round 3. JJ Cordero going home. But up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have NUW fan favorite, the beloved Mike Pirillo, going one-on-one against Holliday.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall.
And if you're not familiar with the GBYWN, they were an alliance, the best of the best in the entire country, hell, the entire world. There were federations represented, and they have since, a lot of them have retired. But the man yelling at all the crowd, the ferocious Holliday, right now, he is one of the best, the last, and the surviving champions of the GBYWN. He is the Wrestle Frat champion. He has the hardware to prove his significance, his worth, his value to this tournament. And he is not making any friends with any of the people here in NUW at the Slaughterhouse today. All the fans who came to King of the Yard. The last time we saw Holliday, he was answering the Continental Championship Open Challenge of the Darkside a few weeks back. But here, ladies and gentlemen, you go from somebody as unliked as Holliday to perhaps the most well-respected, loved members of this NUW roster, of this tournament. He's got sauce for your mama. Mike Pirillo, who had to earn his spot into this tournament.
Hey, little man. You take care of this. Something happened to the gold. Something happens to you, Chico. Yeah, baby. King of the Yard. You don't have to make it. Hey, we're gonna do the little dance. Jacob. Let's see.
You cut the music off. I can't do the dance. How do you want me to do the dance? You cut the music. I can't. No, I want to start this damn match. We're getting rained on for 6 hours.
Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ring the bell.
Let's go, baby. I've been rained on. I've been buried. I haven't eaten. So let's go.
You shut your mouth. Someone again, clap it.
Hey, don't talk to him like that. You shut up. You shut up.
Be quiet. Quiet.
And they lock up, finally, after all that yapping, and then they break it. Both men very powerful. Perillo consisting on a steady diet of sauce.
Illustrious, your girlfriend.
I'm not too sure what Doc Holliday's favorite food is.
What did you say about my mama? Come on, no, don't pay attention to me, let's go.
And Pirillo says enough of the talking, let's do some battle.
Yeah, baby.
And he is quick to put Doc Holliday in a headlock. But Doc Holliday slithering outside the ring like a snake. And he will not stop John, but Perillo, he's had enough of it. He's going straight after him. And oh, Perillo caught off guard. And now moving out of the way of that kick. Doc Holliday kicking the ring post. And Perillo spinning him inside out, twisting him like a washing machine with that lariat to the crowd's delight. They had enough of Doc Holliday, but whoa, Doc Holliday with a double knife-edge chop and a shining wizard right to the face, right in front of all these adoring Mike Pirillo fans. They're in disbelief. Mike Pirillo looked like he was taking it to Doc Holliday, had him knocked out. But now Doc Holliday bringing the fight to the face of Mike Pirillo. Pirillo holding his nose. It might be broken. And Doc Holliday using every part of the ring to his advantage. And careful not to get disqualified here. You don't want to travel all this way to Newburgh, New York, to the King of the Yard 2 tournament just to get disqualified. It's not a good use of your time or your resources. And Doc Holliday, here's a veteran. There is no chance in hell that he's going to be dumb enough to get himself disqualified. And a little trickery, faking out with the kick and delivering that knee right to the spine of Mike Pirillo. And Pirillo could be fading here real quick. He's locked into that rear naked choke by Doc Holliday. And now snap nair by Doc Holliday and another big knee right to the spine of Pirillo. Doc Holliday really laying the beating now on the back. You can see the exhaustion on the face of Mike Pirillo. He's getting picked apart. He's being dissected. And what else could you expect? Mike Pirillo is great. He is a top-level talent. But Doc Holliday with strikes like that, with moves, the technique, sweeping the leg. And then Mike Pirillo's back landing on the knee. His back has felt the abuse at the I was gonna say the hands, at the knee of Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday certainly confident. He has certainly proved over the course of his career of why he could be the king of the yard. Why any time, any given day, he can be considered the best of the best. He's climbed to the top of the GBYWN world. And now, he is going in on the neck. Where is Goldface out with that one? Didn't know we were allowing the vampires into this damn tournament, and then it was gonna be legal. You can't bite a man's neck, damn it. And Pirillo just gonna have to work with it, just gonna have to fight through it, and then he does, kick to the gut, and then dropping him face first, right on his head. And that all Doc Holliday could do to get out of that one, that predicament, was to get his foot placed firmly on that bottom rope. Look at that. He was dropped, planted right on the bridge of his nose. But now back at it. Doc Holliday saw an opening, and he's mustering the strength. The fight, staying on Mike Pirillo. The strikes, and now Damien flying, missing it, and Pirillo taking advantage. Pirillo with the strikes to the forehead. Pirillo in the corner, but Doc Holliday moving out of the way. Pirillo coming up with nothing but net. And now, again, Doc Holliday sweeping the leg and turning it into a backbreaker. And he looked for it again, and he sweeps the leg, turning it into a side slam. But not enough, Doc Holliday, not enough. After these insane maneuvers, very unique offense from Doc Holliday. Could he put him away now? The standing moonsault, not enough. Doc Holliday, a legend. But Mike Pirillo, he's got the heart of a fighter. Legendary sized heart of a fighter. Of a lion. Of a gorilla. Of a lion-gorilla hybrid. Kicking out of that move. And a bulldog from the knees. Doc Holliday locking in that submission. It looked very painful. You can see the face of Mike Pirillo wincing. He had no choice. He has to let it go. And now, he is being choked out. A very illegal choke. Goldface giving him to the count of 5. He is forced to break it. You cannot use your headband. In case, ladies and gentlemen, you were unaware, this man is absolutely unhinged. Doc Holliday came here. He was not going to get embarrassed in the first round. And now he is picking apart Pirillo. It is only a matter of time before Pirillo says enough is enough. We all respect you, Mike. We all love you. But there comes a point in time where you just have to admit today wasn't your day and throw in the towel. And this, but Pirillo able to get out of the way. Rolling out of the way of the elbow. And now Pirillo is up to his feet. He's got him up. And he slams him down. The most saucy maneuver that Johnny Johnson has ever called. It is top notch. It is that shit that would make Emerald say, "God damn, kid, you really cooked this?" Pirillo staying on the attack, and the neck breaker out of the corner. And Mike Pirillo is moving on after a huge win. Some would say it's an upset. Not me, not Johnny Johnson. Mike Pirillo is a better man, and he will be moving on today in the King of the Yard tournament. He will be going on to round 2, picking up a huge victory. He took down a legend in Doc Holliday, a GBYWN champion in Doc Holliday with this huge neck breaker. And now he will relish in enjoyment from the fans, the praise from all the people at the slaughterhouse today. And we will see him indeed in round 2. This next one you do not want to miss, as we have NUW superstar Johnny Reid going one-on-one with the Prophet of Purgatory from DBW, Mr. Judgment. This has to be, without question, one of the most anticipated matchups, let alone in just round 1, in the whole entire tournament. God damn it.
Johnny Reid!
Now this is gonna be electric. We got the superior prodigy, the demigod, Johnny Reid, NUW original. He studied under the tutelage of Jordan Oliver for so long in the Top Guns. And he is out. He is on his own. He's been making waves since his participation in the first King of the Yard tournament, where he went to round 2. He is looking to do the same and advance much farther than that in this tournament. But he is going up against one of the fan favorites. You gotta put your money on him if you're a betting man or woman or turtle. This man is automatic. He is one of the staples in all of backyard wrestling. He hails from DBW, in which he also is the owner. This is a man who's made waves in the years that he's done it. He's taken souls. He's looking to take plenty more in this tournament here today. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Judgment.
Of the yard. I'll be damned if I will be degraded and called a pig.
Mr. Judgment, one of the most vile men in all of backyard wrestling. He took part in the first King of the Yard tournament, where he was eliminated in the second round by Yankee the Difference Maker in what was a hell of a fight. Some say it was the top match of the whole tournament. And he is vowed to become the next King of the Yard. Anything short of a victory in the finals of King of the Yard and Mr. Judgment, God, he might just take the soul of Goldface. He might take the soul of Devine McDonald for inviting him here.
Come on, Reid. You got this, Reid.
Lord have mercy on us all. Johnny Reid looks to be getting ready, preparing himself for this matchup. The best that he can, the best that he knows how.
Judgment sucks.
Johnny Reid is a young lion, and he is hungry for a King of the Yard round 1 victory. And it has begun, ladies and gentlemen. One of these two men will not be walking out of this match. I want to say alive. It's very possible. He could walk out of here soulless. And no, I don't mean without shoes, goddammit. And the power of Mr. Judgment, who is by far the largest man in this tournament. He is gigantic. Johnny was trying to get the inside scoop of what he was fed as a child. And I heard he ate whole carcasses, whole, bone and everything. Mr. Judgment trying to get in the head of Johnny Reid. He is very cerebral, but Johnny Reid getting caught in the T-bone suplex just like that in the early moments of this matchup. Mr. Judgment had it scouted perfectly. Check him out, just tossing his opponent. Tossing Johnny Reid like yesterday's trash. And now he's got him in that corner, choking him out. Mr. Judgment knows how to use his size and his power. And God Almighty, he is one of the most masterful strikers. You want to talk about the total package? Size, strength, quickness, agility, resiliency, and a little bit of a psychopathic mentality. Well, you got it right here in Mr. Judgment. He is just laying the whooping, stomping the hell. Now he's got his boot on the throat of Johnny Reid, forced to break it before the count of 5. Mr. Judgment is an absolute maniac trying to rip the head off of Johnny Reid. And now grabbing his nose. He needs that nose, damn it. I'm still trying to get my nose back from when my uncle took it as a kid. I wrote him numerous letters, but he's dead now, so I'll never get my nose back. I don't know how it feels, damn it. Now you fight, Johnny Reid. You fight back. God damn it, Mr. Judgment. Able to cut him off before he's able to get any momentum. Now, I'm not usually biased, except when I don't like somebody. But god damn it, Mr. Judgment, I don't like you. He told me he's gonna take my soul if I didn't call it in his favor. Oh my god, and how could you not? You see something like that, almost putting away Johnny Reid, it just scares the hell out of you. This man, Mr. Judgment, I'm not sure if anybody's ever looked into his eyes, but they're soulless. There's something very creepy and devoid in the eyeballs of Mr. Judgment. It has been 100% Mr. Judgment in this matchup so far. And we all expected Mr. Judgment to have the advantage. But right now, he is dissecting Johnny Reid with a kick to the spine of the superior prodigy. I don't think any of us could have predicted somebody with the skill of Johnny Reid. And as you see, right there, Johnny Reid showing why he is the shotgun kid. Showing why he is a veteran. Aside from his young age, he is a workhorse, and that's slipping off that rope, but keeping at it, staying at it, and Johnny Reid taking him down with the Hurricanrana. Beautiful maneuver, and beautiful Johnny staying at the maneuver. He slipped. These ropes are soaking wet. It's been raining all day with the resiliency to come back and hit Mr. Judgment with that maneuver, which could open the door for him going forward as he hits that enziguri. You're able to take a man that big off his feet. You all heard the adage, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Mr. Judgment, he just fell hard. And Johnny's got to stay on him now. He can't let Mr. Judgment get an opening. But Mr. Judgment, unaffected, completely unaffected by the strikes of Johnny Reid. And back in control. He's frightening even Goldface. Usually Goldface is bucking up on these competitors. But Mr. Judgment scares the hell out of him. He scares the hell out of everybody. He is one evil bastard. And Johnny Reid looks about finished. He's had a couple moments in this one. But aside from that... Oh my God! Johnny dropping him on his head! Beautiful! Just as I was about to count him out. We were all about to sing the praises of Mr. Judgment moving forward. But Johnny Reid, able to counter the momentum and able to drop him right on his big head. Right down on his face. Johnny Reid. Can Johnny Reid capitalize on this now? Can he use this to his advantage? He is up on the middle rope. Judgment making his way to his feet and catching him out of midair. Readjusted him. Spinning him around. And the face buster. Oh my good God in heaven. He spun him around like a Ferris wheel, like a merry-go-round. And then dropping him right down on his face. Look at this. technical ability it took to pull that maneuver off is something you will only see from Mr. Judgment, and it can only be seen here today at the King of the Yard 2 tournament, round 1. But Johnny gets a smelly foot right to the face of Mr. Judgment. And a snap nair down. Johnny's got him down. Big drop kick to the face. Johnny Reid trying to gain momentum.
You got this, Reid.
There is only so much he can do. He can't lift this man up. He's massive, so he's got to rely on his quickness, on his striking, and that's something that Johnny Reid is so good at. He is a level above his opponents. Beautiful standing moonsault. But Mr. Judgment is just too goddamn big. His brute strength is unmatched. He's like Goliath in there wrestling David, just tossing him around. And a big, huge impact. Johnny Reid hitting the lion salt. His face coming right down on Mr. Judgment. I'm not sure he got all of what he was looking for, but he got enough of it, but not enough for the 3 count. And Johnny looks exhausted. He looks like he doesn't know what to do after this maneuver. Dropping his face right down on the chest of Mr. Judgment. Chin first, goddammit. That's the hardest part of the whole face, is the chin. You get hit with that chin in the heart, well, goddammit, you're not gonna have a good day. Johnny Reid now, he's back up looking for the Reid DT. Can he hit the Reid DT? If he does, it would be academic. But now Mr. Judgment countering the Reid DT into the Judgment Slam. Huge Judgment Slam. And rest in peace, Johnny Reid. You will be going home. Mr. Judgment moving on to round 2. A huge win over a quality opponent. As quality as NUW has to offer. Mr. Judgment making a huge statement by taking out Johnny Reid. This Judgment Slam is a maneuver that will put many men to sleep. In comas later. Nonetheless, they will never wake up from the hospital after something like that. Mr. Judgment getting absolutely no love from all these people here. Sure, you won. Sure, you're one of the baddest men walking the planet Earth. But sometimes we just don't like you. He is unstable. He is unhinged, but he will be moving on to round 2. That was a big-time matchup, but up next, we continue the action with a debuting. The Investment, Clarke Williams, going one-on-one with WCF champion Damien Fatale.
Done sleeping on the squad once again.
And this is one of the men that are debuting for the very first time here at the Slaughterhouse for the King of the Yard 2 tournament. And we made a call, or should I say, an investment to get this man here today.
This is Clarke Williams. Oh my God. It's only natural that the most handsome and the best investment that money can buy makes his way to NUW, King of the Yard. How are we doing?
And Clarke Williams, knowing his self-worth, he has wrestled for WBW, DBW, and UWF-NY, just to name a few.
Represent the land! WBW! Let's go! Oh my God!
And he certainly is worthy of being here as the King of the R2. He is Jack Diesel. I'm not sure if he was tested for the roids, but we'll give him a pass. We'll just assume he's clean. He's got pythons like Hulk Hogan. But he is going up against one of the men who had to qualify to get his spot inside this tournament. And he is coming a long way, ladies and gentlemen, from Baltimore, Maryland, to be exact. And he is the WCF Heavyweight Champion. This is Damien Fatale. And if you are unfamiliar with this man, go check out WCF. They're lighting it up. This man leading the way. He has the hardware. He has the gold. And he's got a look that's straight out of Blade. If you're looking across the ring, you see this man, his appearance, his hair, his teeth, his outfit. He will kill you, goddammit. This is not somebody you look at and you take lightly. I can say the same for Clarke Williams. This is going to be a hard-hitting matchup. This is something that Johnny personally was looking forward to from the start when they made the announcements of who would be going up against who. The competitors needing to wipe their feet. It is very wet. In case you can't tell, you don't got eyeballs in your head. It's been raining here all damn day. It is soaked. Damien Fatale, ultra confident. But so is the investment Clarke Williams. This is the clash of the egos, and Williams just powering them straight down. That's raw power, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing you could do about that. Clarke Williams has the tendency to go in there and make men feel like little boys. Fatale was trying to do the best he could to fight out of that predicament, but getting caught and dropped with that suplex. Clarke Williams, he's raw power, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else you want me to do to describe this man. This is nothing but pure animalistic strength. Fatale will not be intimidated. He will not be outmanned. He might be outsmarted though here with this test of strength. I'm not sure how wise this is, going up against a significantly larger man in Clarke Williams. But he's gonna give it a try. Oh! And perhaps dirty, perhaps smart, however you want to look at it, Damien Fatale able to trick Clarke Williams into thinking he was gonna legitimately test the strength of him. Sometimes that's what you gotta do in these tournaments. You gotta move on. There's no such thing as you live to fight another day. Today is the day, goddammit, and you gotta do all you can to put your opponents away. Fatale picking apart Clarke Williams, and Williams back up to his feet, spinning neckbreaker out of nowhere. The burst of energy from Clarke Williams, able to take out Damien Fatale with that spinning neckbreaker. And now Williams, this is not where you want to be if you're Fatale. You don't want him to put you on the chopping block. God damn almighty. God almighty. Somebody check Damien Fatale's chest. Because he's getting chopped and kicked in. And Williams now placing Fatale right dead smack down in the center of the ring. And he's going off the ropes. And he hits the Spanish Tarantula. Beautiful Spanish Tarantula by Clarke Williams. One of his patented moves. And he's looking to put him away. Fatale. Fatale does not like spiders. Clarke Williams now with the knee to the back, wrenching on that neck of Damien Fatale.
Come on, make some noise for
It would be a shame. Fatale coming all this way and submitting to such a normal, a standard type of submission hold. But he might do it. He's fading away. The life seemingly dissipating. But Fatale, able to hit the spinning neck breaker, the desperation spinning neck breaker. Beautiful counter by Damien Fatale. He is the WCF champion for a reason. He is the truth. Hitting that huge headbutt right on the face. You see the agony of Clarke Williams. But powering out still with the power, with the strength. He's like Superman in there. Can Damien Fatale find this man's kryptonite? Fatale with stomps to the head, a knee to the head. He's measuring him. And he's just dropping knees right on his head. Right on his head. He needs his head. God damn it. He needs to think with that head. We already know how pretty he thinks he is. And now Williams, trying to will himself, perhaps through the will of the fans, ducking, moving out of the way of the knee. And now he's got Fatale in the corner, hitting them shoulder butts. He's got him weak. He's got him up in the fireman's carry. Spinning him around, and the TKO. Dropping him face first on the mat. And now both men are down. The referee has begun his count. Williams trying to crawl, pin Fatale, but Fatale getting his shoulder up at the last second. The exhaustion from Clarke Williams is evident. Both these men hit so hard with such impact and force. A normal man would have been KO'd within the first couple seconds. And now a camel clutch, beautiful camel clutch, trying to break the back. I've been told he calls this the money clip. His own unique version of it. He's made so many people submit to the money clip. And this could be one more situation in which his opponent submits. Fatale, able to get his fingertips on that rope. Fatale, perhaps seconds away from tapping out, able to save himself and save his place in this tournament. The match will continue until there is a winner, until there is a finish. And one of these two men could perhaps be the next king of the yard. Falcon Arrow. And now he's got him in a submission, rear naked choke by Clarke Williams. Clarke Williams has him in the rear naked choke.
Let's go.
He could be close to submitting. He could be close to passing straight the hell out. It does not look good for Damien Fatale. And Fatale rolling him up. He's got the cover. And Williams able to get his shoulder up. It looked like Damien Fatale could have had that cover. And Williams might have scratched Fatale right in the eye. Something happened to Fatale. Williams with the clear advantage now. Williams up to the middle rope. And coming down in and coming up with nothing. Fatale rolling out of the way of the Spanish Tarantula 2.0, and now he's measuring Clarke Williams. And the NFG, he hits the NFG. And Damien Fatale, the WCF heavyweight champion, has defeated Clarke, the Investment Williams, in a hard-hitting, a brutal contest. Damien Fatale will be moving on to round 2 of the King of the Yard tournament after this NFG. One of the most beautiful maneuvers in all of history. So many men have been hit with that and stayed down for the count. And this man going forward will be a force to be reckoned with in this King of the Yard 2 tournament.
I am getting ready to become King of the Yard. I am already the King of Ladders. Time to add.
Damien Fatale goes by the mother effing supervillain. And he for sure will be playing his part as a supervillain going forward in this tournament. We will see who he matches up against. But you gotta put your money on Fatale, whoever it is. He is looking good, ladies and gentlemen. A big win by Damien Fatale. But up next, for the final match of Day 1, Round 1, we have the NUW champion, Shadow Grim, going one-on-one with the UWF owner, Scorpion the Assassin. This match has been tried to been set up for so long. These two men, they've argued back and forth on social media for so long, for years. And now finally, we all get a chance to witness the matchup between Scorpion the Assassin and the NUW champion, Shadow Grim. Two legends inside the ring. Scorpion the Assassin, one of the most established veterans who has such a history with the backyard wrestling community. He has done so many things and defeated so many opponents. This is his first time stepping in to the ring of the King of the Yard tournament. But he is stepping in the ring against one of the best we have to offer at the Slaughterhouse. He is the NUW heavyweight champion, Shadow Grim. Shadow Grim with unique King of the Yard style gold and black face paint for this one. When Shadow has the paint on, you know it's time for business. And this will be a battle between two painted wrestlers. Paint for paint. We will see who wears it better. The ovation the champion Shadow Grim gets inside the Slaughterhouse is thunderous. But everybody loves Scorpion the Assassin. Everybody respects Scorpion the Assassin. They know what he's done throughout his career. We've all witnessed it. He comes from UWF NY, where he is the owner. He's been giving people jobs for years, getting his foothold in this community. And if he can get a win over the NUW champion, Shadow Grim, and move on to round 2, move on to round 3, round 4, round 5, Scorpion the Assassin would take his rightful place at the top of the King of the Yard tournament and the top of backyard wrestling in general. He's got that headlock wrenched in, trying to pull the afro off of Shadow Grim. But Shadow Grim He is one of the best technical wrestlers NUW has to offer. Obviously, with the hardware he's carrying around, he knows how to do business inside the squared circle. But Scorpion the Assassin, do not take him lightly. Beautiful counter, powering out of the headlock, and now looking for a suplex to Shadow Grim. But Shadow Grim fighting off it. Both these men just grappling each other, trying to get the advantage. Scorpion looking for a side takedown. Shadow blocking it. But finally, Scorpion the Assassin hitting it, taking him over. And now he's got him in that headlock. Shadow Grim locked deep inside the headlock, but fighting his way to his feet. A shot to the gut. He's trying to break it, trying to gain some space, and he has. Shooting Scorpion off the rope, but Scorpion taking him out with a huge shoulder tackle. Nothing but mass and momentum in that maneuver. Scorpion, not by much, but probably the larger of the two. He definitely has that veteran knowledge. He's been doing it for a lot longer than Shadow Grim has. He has the expertise. He has enough of it to write books and put them inside children's libraries. And he is staying on Shadow Grim. Shadow Grim into the corner. Shots, headbutts. Scorpion, he's not gonna leave any stone unturned in this matchup with a big suplex. That's a lot of mass coming up and then dropping straight down. But it will not be enough. You're gonna have to put Shadow Grim away with a lot more than just a vertical suplex. But Scorpion staying on him, and Shadow Grim now fighting back with the shots, a knife-edge chop. He's got one of the most vicious chops ever in the history of backyard wrestling. Executed perfectly.
Do it again!
He is a striker. He is proficient in the striking game. He will knock a man clean out. But only two. Only able to acquire a 2 count. Shadow Grim with his boxing background. He knows how to throw fisticuffs. And he knows how to target those knees of Scorpion the Assassin. Those 2 bad knees. They are braced up. They are heavily bandaged, and they are a target for any opponent that Scorpion the Assassin steps inside the ring with, and they all know it. Scorpion may be having a lot of trouble now that Shadow Grim has decided to target those bad knees. They are outside. They're over here next to this wall. Goldface better watch out. Now face first, bouncing off that steel pole, and another knife-edge chop delivered to the chest of Scorpion the Assassin. These 2 men out here at ringside. It's turning into a brawl real quick. They're just throwing fisticuffs back and forth, back and forth. Scorpion introducing Shadow. Face first to those steps. Using his environment and a big chop to the chest. Scorpion the Assassin rebounding from those attacks to his knees. And a huge chop knocking Shadow Grim down. A big opening by Scorpion the Assassin. And if he could just stay on him. If he could just wear away at the NUW champion Shadow Grim with chops, with strikes. It could only be one move away from finishing one of the most dominant men, one of the fan favorites coming into this tournament. Shadow, though, with the kicks. Big kicks to the gut. Look like Shadow slipped. But he is able to keep the momentum. Keep on, Scorpion the Assassin. And one strike from Shadow Grim is like a strike times 6 from a normal man. Can he put him away right here? Scorpion the Assassin, the heart, the tenacity. He knows what's on the line. He knows how big of a moment this could be in his career. You can't put anything past Scorpion the Assassin and what he's done throughout his history inside the ring. It could be over quick, Scorpion saying no, but that headlock is wrenched in deep. He's got his forearm under the chin of Scorpion the Assassin, but Scorpion fighting back to his feet, trying to loosen that grip. He's hitting him with elbows to the gut. Can Scorpion fight out of this? And a big backdrop. Huge back suplex, dropping him right on the back of his head. Scorpion the Assassin, perhaps getting the momentum he needs. It was a huge maneuver. Normal men would be knocked out cold after landing on their head like that, but not Shadow Grim. You're gonna have to do everything you can and damn near kill Shadow Grim. And a big splash, stinger splash by Scorpion the Assassin. And now Shadow Grim in the opposite corner with another stinger splash by Scorpion the Assassin. And now, that big scoop slam. Huge scoop slam. Scorpion the Assassin has it. It's over. Somehow, some way, Shadow Grim able to get his shoulder up. In what was certainly, in Johnny Johnson's mind, certainly going to be the end of this matchup. But the tenacity to kick out of this maneuver. He was spun around, dropped on his back. But somehow, Shadow Grim able to power out of it. And now Scorpion the Assassin up on that rope. And now he's climbing up to the second rope. Shadow Grim stirring his way to his feet. And then caught with a big enziguri in midair. Scorpion the Assassin coming off that second rope. And he got caught by that huge, impactful, massive enziguri out of the sky. It's like he got hit with a Scud missile. And now Scorpion the Assassin is out. He is wobbly, dazed, confused. Shadow Grim with the clear advantage. And now going to work on Scorpion. Irish whipping him into the rope. And then a big heel kick right to the head. Beautiful kick. Taking out Scorpion the Assassin. This could be it. Knockout blow. But Scorpion able to get his right shoulder up off that canvas and continue this matchup, this wonderful back and forth action that is taking place in the main event, the last match of day 1, round 1. And now back to the knees, Shadow Grim targeting that knee. And he says get up. But it's not that simple when you got 2 bad knees and you got this man kicking at him. And now a big shining wizard to the face. It was a wizard and it was shining, ladies and gentlemen. And it could be the maneuver that ends this matchup. But still, the wherewithal of Scorpion the Assassin getting his shoulder up off the mat. And now the fans here at the Slaughterhouse trying to will their way behind the Assassin, behind Scorpion. They love Shadow Grim, but there's something about Scorpion. He just feels like an underdog. He feels like somebody that has been waiting his time, his his moment, his whole career, for an opportunity like this that he will not let slip by. He dropped Shadow Grim down with that spine buster out of nowhere, and now he is looking to finish it with the Scorpion Death Drop. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. He has put away all his opponents he has ever hit with the Scorpion Death Drop, but not today, not today, not at this moment. Shadow Grim continues to fight. Good Lord Almighty, what a battle between these two men. That was all she wrote. That was the whole book, the final chapter. But not enough. Not today. Not at the King of the Yard, too. Now in the corner, Shadow Grim. Irish whip, but the super kick, massive super kick, right to the face, right to that painted face of Scorpion the Assassin, and now Scorpion is out. He is not moving, he is being picked up, against his will, by Shadow Grim, and hit with a forearm strike. And he's in the corner, he is dazed, he is lifeless. Shadow Grim with a big forearm. And a big knee! Dropping Scorpion the Assassin. Lights out! But Scorpion the Assassin, he fights! He is a fighter, ladies and gentlemen! That is what he is known for! He will not give up just like that! He's vowed to become the King of the Yard! And now, Shadow Grim, looking to lock in the Shadow's curse! His version of a figure 4 leg lock. And good Lord, if I have to even explain to you how much damage this is doing on 2, not just 1, but 2 bad knees that Scorpion the Assassin currently is being affected by. The pain, ladies and gentlemen, was too much for Scorpion the Assassin. And he is forced to submit to Shadow Grim. Shadow Grim advancing to round 2 after such a brutal, hard-fought matchup by both these men. But in the end, those 2 bad knees, they were too much of a target, and Shadow Grim knew it. And with the Shadow's curse, he was able to make a legend, a legitimate legend, like Scorpion the Assassin, tap out. And the NUW champion will be moving on. One hell of a first day of the first round of the King of the Yard 2 tournament. And with that action-packed episode, we can only continue from here on out with the hardest hitting, fastest paced backyard wrestling you could possibly expect to see. But next Thursday, 7 p.m., we will culminate round 1 with day 2. And we got some of the most exciting matchups you could possibly expect to see here, and I will be leading you through exactly what to expect next week. From NUW, he is an original. He is the S tier David Lowell, and he will be going one-on-one with one of the fastest rising stars in DBW, Devin James, the notorious one. And both these 2 men, they're gonna get it on, and it is something Johnny is looking forward to, as well as this one, as Nails, the newcomer, goes one-on-one with one of the biggest, baddest, dirtiest men in BYW, Dirty DeChico, heavily favored to win this tournament. Evan Blake from NLBW goes one-on-one with DBW's Damon Scar in what is guaranteed to be one of the most fantastic matchups in all of round 1. The gamer, Jim Connors from UWF NY, going one-on-one with DBW's and NUW's Hellhound Zacc Webb. WCF Chase Evans going one-on-one with NUW's The Realist Joseph Anthony in a battle between two of the top stars in their respective companies. Who will come out on top? KBW's Victor Van Pelt goes one-on-one with a man who won the lottery to get a spot in this tournament in El Diablo. The Phoenix Ustalo from UWE going one-on-one with Corey Graves. The legend Corey Graves from APW and Ustalo looks to set fire to Corey Graves and all of his opponents in this year's King of the Yard. But speaking of fire, and speaking of a matchup that everybody is looking forward to, the Blaze from DBW goes one-on-one with the King of the Mountain, NUW owner, and the man who set this entire tournament up, Navon McDonald. And one of these two men are going to be going home. What can we expect going forward? This is the King of the Yard, ladies and gentlemen, the most epic tournament in all of history, and we will be seeing you next week, Thursday at 7 p.m. Please like, share, subscribe, and keep watching.